Smita, you mentioned about, of course, the story of Nina that that was shocking to you and in a way started off your project. Tell us one or two more instances where it completely altered you as a human being when you came across those families, the people who were affected.
So, I in this project, I also worked on domestic servitude trafficking, which means trafficking girls, especially from the tribal or the indigenous communities, for domestic work. And this also was a little shocking because when I asked the traffickers why they go to certain areas to get girls, and why not the other regions, their answer was pretty, I would say, surprising, and I would say shocking, because they said those girls are dark. Those girls are dark, they are skinny, no one is going to pay for them. So there is racism in the sex trade also, so if you look at girls from Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Assam, all the tribal areas, girls from these areas, they are trafficked by so-called placement agencies, who are basically traffickers. They go to this village, they will get somebody local from there to help them. They'll give this local agent some money and they'll say, bring me 10 girls from your community. And each family is given just a token money, and the girls are brought into the big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad. And these girls are put into private households to work as domestic maids. So people like you and me who go to these agencies, we don't do enough groundwork because we are not aware of it. And there's no legislation as such for placement agency. There needs to be a regulation. Anyone can open a placement agency. It's very easy. You just have to fill up certain forms and register yours. It's very simple. And what you do is that you go to find a nanny for your home, and then they'll give you a form. You fill up the form, for which is an agreement of 11 months. You pay them upfront. The entire money is pocketed by them. Sometimes the money never reaches the girls, and you feel, I have already paid. So this girl is coming to my house, and I have done nothing wrong, because you're not aware of it. So this is an area which needs regulation. This is very important because there's a lot of violations that is happening, and a lot of girls are also being abused in domestic, work. Very recently, there has been one incident in Delhi, and there are many incidents where you see young girls being brought in and put into private homes. And as regards to any of the stories of these girls, there is one girl who I'll call S. She was 12. She was from Narayanganj in Bangladesh, and her mother had died, and her father had remarried. So she was not treated properly at home. So she met somebody who said, I'm going to get you a job in a beauty parlor in Dhaka. Come with me. She went with him, and from Dhaka, she was handed over to a middleman, and this middleman smuggled her into India. So from West Bengal, she was taken to Mumbai, where she was enslaved for 6 months. And every day she had to entertain 20 to 25 customers. And sometimes she told me that during Ganpati, during festivals, the numbers would increase to 40. And then
My
she told
God.
me that, Didi, there were times when I could not get up from my bed. We would have to go at 3 in the afternoon, and we would get done by 5 in the morning. And my entire body felt so heavy, sometimes I would bleed, and they would not give us medication. And if we refused to entertain customers, we would be starved. And this happened every day, every single day. Imagine every single day you have to have sex with 20 people, sometimes up to 40. And she was rescued after 6 months and brought to a shelter. And later she met a woman who promised to take her back to Bangladesh. This woman re trafficked her and sold her to another brothel in West Bengal. So when
My God.
I met her at a shelter when she was finally rescued for the second time. And when I asked her some questions, because she had a lot of marks on her hand, And when I asked her, what are these marks? She said, there was a time when I felt disgusted with myself. I felt I was unclean. So I just harmed myself. It felt good.